Anyway, there's that FBI list of what they're supposed to take care of. Yeah, there's yelling in the background. So I called the FBI to try to tell them what was going on. They kept telling me the same thing everybody does. Call this place, call that place. I've called every place there is to call. There's no actual help. These people all just eat your money. I was trying to turn in one of the many situations that I've been in since before Natalie disappeared. The harassment and the threats and the assaults, and they were asking me stuff like, did you call the police? Well, no. In Chapel, Nebraska, I didn't need to. The cops were already right there. You just wait till you see one and flag them over. I didn't learn about the calling 911 and they have to take a report thing until later on. And I learned about that because Officer Jordan Anderson did not do that. Then again, neither did Officer Michael Beard. When I was calling 911 up there in Washington State, I called it repeatedly. They didn't give a shit. Meanwhile, I spend my time trying to figure out how to force law enforcement to take a look at this evidence. Meanwhile, because of the assaults against me by law enforcement, I can't show it to law enforcement. So I need to find an environment without screaming, an environment where I'm allowed to pace, an environment where I can sit down and look at the evidence and put it all together so that I can send it out, an environment where I have access to a mailbox, an environment where I don't have to worry about getting kicked out because two other people who are not me are arguing about something. When I try to turn in law enforcement, they always pull that suicide bullshit. So the second FBI agent I spoke with tonight was trying to pull that entrapment crap. It's like, well, we can help you get to somewhere safe. No, dude, I don't need suicide watch. You're missing the point. Well, I need to know exactly where you're at so I can find the nearest safe place for you. That's what the second one told me. I was like, dude, you're missing the point. Every time I try to explain to him that I have sensory overload issues and I need that to be taken care of before I can do any of the things that I need to do to defend myself. But no, they want to pretend like I'm trying to hurt myself. I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt myself. I've been bullied by law enforcement long enough. When somebody is suicidal, you need to do something about the reason that they're suicidal. When you're asking somebody, are you thinking about hurting yourself or others? I have to lie every time. Because if I tell the truth, then they harm me. I never think about hurting other people. I don't think about hurting me. I think about ending the pain. Meanwhile, you can't turn in law enforcement or they pull stuff like this. They stick together because they're all on the same side. And that's why we, the people of the United States of America, don't mean shit. Police officer can't do anything, can't do anything, can't do anything. You know, I was supposed to make a police report on multiple occasions, And on all those multiple occasions, officers did everything in their power not to take my report. Meanwhile, I don't have access to the evidence. I don't have a mailbox that's steady where I can get the evidence. I don't have a safe environment. When you try to turn in law enforcement, you can't really turn them into their own departments. They say you go through internal affairs. Shit, are you kidding me? Internal affairs ain't gonna do shit. They did everything in their power to make sure that I couldn't go to court dates. Law enforcement did this by their suicide watch bullshit. It's that suicide watch bullshit that makes me suicidal. All of their excuses for not taking a report, for not doing their jobs. And I have to call 400 different places to get this started, and I don't have an environment where I can function. Where I don't have to be afraid to speak. Where I don't have to be afraid to pace. Where if I need to take a walk, I can take a walk. In order to do the things that these people say that I need to do, the people on the other end have to do their end of the fucking bargain. Oh, all you gotta do is call this place and it's all fine and dandy. No, it's not fine and fucking dandy. You have any idea how much evidence has been stolen by police officers? Fuck the police. Fuck Suicide Watch, you fucking cunts. See, they keep using that Suicide Watch excuse when I turn in officers. I try to explain that these people have bullied me to this point. Police officers have bullied me to this point. The courts preventing me from being allowed to speak, preventing me from showing evidence. You're goddamn right I'm gonna speak out. Meanwhile, I literally need someone to sit down with me and take a look at all this shit and actually help me. And only family would do that, and I don't have one of those. When I tried to show my dad what was going on, he didn't give a fuck. He had his own ideas in his head, and he rolled with them. When somebody is suicidal because of things that are happening in their environment, yeah, those things are actually happening in their environment, maybe you should do something about that. Instead of locking them up, taking away their evidence, destroying evidence, or shipping it somewhere else to the officers that person's trying to turn in. Yeah, that's not going to improve the fucking situation, you fucking moron. Assaulting them and then charging them with a crime for trying to turn in police officers. For trying to turn in the situation and what's going on. But cops don't give a fuck. Not when you're homeless. You're not a human being. For once, there was somebody there when I needed them. But it's only temporary. Until the next screaming match. The next argument where one of them leaves and I have to leave too. And I can't carry this stuff. It's too heavy for my fucked up back. I needed my housing back. That's what I needed. And because of the media and the slander, I'll never have that. If my choices are to take abuse while the predators walk free, or kill myself, I'm gonna kill myself. It's not wrong of me to want to die after the things that I've been through, after the things that were done to me. The police refused to take a report from anyone. They refused to take it from me, refused to take it from Mandy Hughes, refused to take one from Miss Peaches. But in all these cases, none of them went in with me. All of them said that they would, and then when it came down to it, they didn't. None of them went in with me. On the 29th of December, 2017, Miss Peaches did not go in with me to the police station. She rode in a separate vehicle and went to a separate room. When I went to talk to Amanda Jonas, Miss Peaches didn't go in with me. She dropped me off and left. Well, those officers stole my evidence and prevented it from being allowed in court, and I'm not allowed to say that because it happened in a different jurisdiction from where I have court. Fuck the police, fuck law enforcement, and fuck my life. Y'all don't know what you can do? Well, you can help me to get a safe environment. You can help me get an honest day in court. You can help me show this evidence to pressure these people to take a look at it, instead of putting me on suicide watch because my life sucks. I was bullied to the point of attempting suicide on multiple occasions last year. Maybe the police should take a look at the reason that I want my life to end, instead of punishing me and removing my ability to defend myself even a little bit. The slander against me makes it so that I am at risk for the rest of my life. I can't see my loved ones for the rest of my life. I can't just go over to Miss Peach's house, sit down and smoke a bowl, play Magic the Gathering or Minecraft. I can't walk down Pearl Street and pass out blankets to people who are cold. I can't put smiles on people's faces. I can't see Jamie and the boy. Fuck the police. They made it impossible for me to defend myself, and I'm a terrible person for it, right? You see why I'm so desperate? Why your pretty words don't help? Why your just pray about it doesn't help? That third or fourth phone call I made to the FBI because they kept being dickheads when they realized that they're dealing with someone who's trying to get them to actually do their job against law enforcement. They're like, oh, that's not my job. Really? Because my human rights were violated, my civil rights were violated, and the things on that list of what the FBI is supposed to investigate, yeah. There's a lot of shit on that list, but I can't explain it all in a telephone call. It just makes me sound crazy because there's so much of it. Not that it matters. The FBI has yet to call me back even once. They only see one side. The side that was allowed to be seen. The side that the police took. The side that the police spoke. The Bollinger side. Meanwhile, the Bollingers are a bunch of drug dealers bunch of violent assholes. Natalie was born into a family as fucked up as mine. My family didn't give a shit. Natalie's dad gave a shit. She was a sexual object to him. Because of court dates that I was illegally prevented from going to, I will never get an honest chance in court. I was illegally prevented from going to my court dates in those 2 civil cases. The police did everything in their power to try to twist and manipulate it so that they could seem like they were doing their jobs. They weren't. They were covering for other officers every step of the way. Fuck every goddamn cop in America. Some lady on an 800 line? No, it wasn't some lady on an 800 line. It was the FBI that I was on the phone with. The FBI. I have panic attacks non-stop all day, every day. But I have to remain calm. I can't get excited or I'm yelling. If I say something that an FBI agent takes wrong, he goes off on it for 5 goddamn minutes. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up, bitch. This is a serious fucking issue. I don't need you turned into a butthurt little bitch because I didn't say something that you liked. Fuck the police. See, that's the difference between somebody there in person and me being all alone. When I'm all alone, the police will do whatever the fuck they want. At least in this case, I got it recorded, and I had somebody to stop them. Fuck the police.